This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in. We're live in Vegas, baby. Circa Resort and Casino is the spot. Thanks for watching on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. We'll get into tonight's playoff games coming up. A little on Major League Baseball as we have 4 more games coming up on in that sport tonight. And best bets in soccer with the meat man, Steve Wyss, coming up at the bottom of the hour. We had Lou Finocchiaro on 30 minutes ago, and he had a great breakdown with analysis and some best bets on UFC 328 coming up this weekend. And if you missed it, you can always go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast. They had the Chimaev-Sean Strickland face-off today, and there's a tweet going around with a video, and it looks like Chimaev tried to kick him as Dana White's in between the two guys. So as Lou was telling us, they used to be buddies. Yeah. Now they absolutely hate each other. Yeah, he kicked him. He kicked him. Looked like he tried to kick his knee.
I would want no part of that guy.
Oh, my
Lou's
God.
Right. So many guys that have turned down fights against him. But the only time that I was like, maybe this guy, he could be the biggest, baddest man on the planet. The Burns fight was a piss poor performance. But I just think he's a huge favorite for a reason. He's just a madman. Just ferocious. I like this tweet. We were talking about it earlier, and everyone's upset. Nobody wanted this other than the powers that be that run college athletics, and it's absurd how we were going to expand a tournament now. Dan Wetzel. So many first-round upsets out of 11 and 12 seeds since 1985. It's what makes March Madness great. Now, rather than have a few days to practice, prep, and game plan, they get extra travel and extra game, and the 5 and 6 get there to rest and get time to rest and wait. Another good observation.
Sure. Also, is there a comp to this? We'll ask the audience here. Email is ftm@vsin.com, on X at vsin live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard. Like anything in sports, even outside of sports, where March Madness is basically universally loved. And of the millions of people who are in that same boat, nobody was sitting there begging, we need to go to more teams. Please expand from 68 into like 76 or more beyond that. Like nobody wanted this except for the very small amount of people in that room who made it all about money. Like, I don't even know what the comp would be to this, other than if you want to say college football and what they've done to that. But that's not even the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Well,
we also were led to believe that this would be bubble teams. Half of the teams that are going to be playing these games are automatic qualifiers. 15 seeds are in play-in games now.
Yes, they are. And we're going to have now 8 16 seeds, and they're all going to play each other in the play-in games. And the committee chairman today said on a conference call or a video that I watched, yeah, that's going to be great because now all those players and teams can say they won a game in the tournament. Like that's just, it's getting so deep in here, filled with you-know-what, that you can smell it from a mile away.
Well, you nailed it. You just ran down quote after quote after quote from coaches who think this is ridiculous.
Well, and then Calipari, my God.
Yeah, it should be a major accomplishment and also hard to do to make the tournament. And now you're just going to invite in crap.
I want to actually shake John Calipari's hand now after what he said.
Yeah.
He basically pointed out you need to make it about the little guy. They have to be included in this. And if they're not, and if it's just going to be the Auburns of the world who are 8 games below 500 in their conference and then like 16 and 16 on the year, it's going to make it 10 times worse. And every person who complained in that story to CBS Sports basically said the regular season has to mean something. And it's a privilege, not a right to play in the tournament.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yep. All right. Positivity now. Positivity. At least the Knicks got some good news.
By the way, here's my positivity is I guarantee that as I said originally, once it gets here, we're all going to enjoy the games to bet on on Tuesday and Wednesday now of the tournament.
Depends who's in it.
Yeah.
I hope there are mid-majors. So what can slow down the Knicks freight train? Injuries. Yeah. And OG was diagnosed with a right hamstring strain. He's day-to-day. He's questionable tomorrow. It's not a serious strain, though. So he gets treatment. They can decide on his status. He's day-to-day. He walked off the court gingerly in the win last night after the dunk attempt. Knicks fans were freaking out because you go back to 2024 in the semis. He missed games 3, 4, 5, and 6 against Indiana. He came back in game 7. It could only play 5 minutes. Bridges said, okay, next man up mentality. And I know when they met in the regular season in a game against Philly, OG didn't play and Bridges was awesome in a win. So I wouldn't play him. I don't think he plays tomorrow. The Knicks went from favorites to dogs now. Who knows what Embiid's status is? Like the Sixers anyways, with the season on the line. But it's like Brian Windhorst said, he's just begging and pleading, Cat, will you please stay out of foul trouble? It's every game, every year, no matter what.
I don't know if it's possible.
You got the look on their face like I didn't do nothing wrong. This is outrageous. How do you call a foul on me? Well, he sticks his foot out on the guy and trips him, and he's like, how's that a foul? And the guy always in foul trouble. But it starts so his numbers have been so good, and he's been such a dominant force here that especially if you're not going to have Embiid back, you have to dominate. You got to stay out of foul trouble, and that starts number one with the Knicks.
Okay, how about we look ahead to the next series? Let's assume the Knicks get by the 76ers here. Which players would you look at on the Knicks to win Eastern Conference MVP? Brunson's going to be too short of a shot. I want Cat and I want Anunoby.
Well, OG's been awesome.
He's been phenomenal.
Offense and defense.
I would actually say that in this series and maybe in the entire playoffs so far, I know Brunson's points look gaudy.
Yeah.
I could probably make it. Well, you know what? You can make an argument for Cat or OG at this point.
Yes. And OG's been so good in transition also. The Sixers, horrible transition defense thus far in the series.
Well, okay. And then also throw the zigzag out the window because now this has come back to the pack and books have adjusted. With that in mind, if you like the Sixers tomorrow night, laying 1.5, do you want to go a little around the world and bet them first quarter, first half, and full game?
I'm not doing that. I don't mind the plus 750 to win the series.
I think if OG...
Even with his stat, now it appears his status, but it can change a whole series, though, with an injury.
I was going to say, if OG is not there tomorrow night, I can see where this is the one game where it looks really comfortable for the 76ers.
Well, also going to be a lot of Knicks fans here. They'll take over that arena, too.
Which I can't
That's the
believe.
other thing. Yep. What was it? 65% of the tickets sold were from New York, New Jersey? What they showed on social media. So maybe they're just too good. And there's so many guys that can score, it won't matter. But it's at least they avoided the doomsday scenario here, too. And then the comeback is how long would Embiid be out and how long can he play? Because he hasn't played 6 games in a row since 2023.
Yep.
I would be concerned about how they fell apart in the second half. There were 25 lead changes. Incredible game. The officials got in the way too much, though. But Paul George had 19 points with 6 minutes left in the third quarter and finished with 19 points. And then Maxey ran out of gas, too. So that would be cause for concern also. And who can I depend on and count on if something happens to those two guys tomorrow night?
By the way, the Paul George prop in that game tomorrow night is right around 15.5.
I know. To back down to where it is.
Yep.
He's been 17 of the last 20. He's hit 15 plus. But look at the threes, though, too.
2.5 overs
cashed
plus
right
money.
away last night. And, over 2.5, 7 games in a row.
I haven't looked. So is he taking a ton of attempts?
Fair amount, yeah. I'll give
okay.
it to you in a second. Yes.
7 games in a row over 2.5. That's kind of like A.J. Green for the Bucks at the beginning of the year. He was going over 2.5 every game. They kept it at plus money. So again, as we've said since October, you give me enough attempts every game and you make a plus money over 2.5. That's a bet that I'm intrigued by.
Okay. So it is 13, 6, 5, 9, 9, 7.
Okay.
The attempts going back.
Well, you give me a run.
But it's like, I know, but it's like what Brian Mahoney said. You're surprised when he misses. He's been that good.
You give me about 7 or 8 attempts. I'm happy with that bet.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then, so the total in the other game tonight, Lakers Thunder, is 211 or 210.5, pretty much. Are the Lakers going to pop 100 points? If they get to 100 points, you have to like the over a lot.
It'd have to be a blowout scenario. It's not good. I can't see it happening. If you couldn't crack 100 against the Rockets, how are you going to score 100 against these guys?
I know, and the Lakers are
defense.
They are purposely now slowing games down too.
Right. That was the recipe. Had you had a healthy Luka, You got the break with Williams. You could have slowed it down and made it a half-court game and grind it out. But I don't mind LeBron props again because he averaged 26, 9, and 8 against Houston and shot 42% from three, and he cashed 7-1 for most points in Game 1, even though he didn't take a lot of shots. I would look at I'm concerned about Reeves, who's been awful in 2 of the 3 games.
Yeah, would you want to go under him again?
Yep. And I would go under Kennard as well, who's dealing with an injury and was non-existent in Game 1, where, that kind of stuff can work against Houston. But, Houston, OKC knows what they're doing in game plan, but they can't leave him open. I want Hachimura props, and I'd like the point. Zach Cohen, I think, is on the points. I like the threes over, that he's only 1.5. And this is real now. This is real with Ayton. Go back the last 6 games, what he's doing on the glass. He will at least get 9 rebounds tonight and cash that prop. I'm confident of that, too.
Yeah,
So
Hachimura, by the way, to chime in on that, he's gone over 12.5 points in 12 out of his last 15 games, averaging more than 15 points per game in that span.
Yeah.
So that's the prop again tonight.
Yep. Well, I said it before the series started when you were out. I said it'd be the biggest upset in NBA history. How this opened only $9 at DraftKings and then got to $4,000. It's just, there's nothing they can do. You got your best player who's averaging 34, 8, and 7, who's not going to play in the series. And this team's just so damn good. And it was more about Houston vomiting on themselves than also great Laker basketball, too. And they've met 5 times this year. 4 of the wins have been by 18-plus points. But back to Ayton. 12, 16, 17, and 10. Those are his boards going back, that the kid has showed up and played hard.
Up next, the Tampa Bay Rays became the 3rd team to accomplish this over the past 45 years. The other 2 went on to win the World Series.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
4 night games in Major League Baseball. A couple of good angles here. Matt Vasgersian came on the program an hour ago, and he gave out a couple of angles that he likes in this games that we have coming up. You can always go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast, wherever you get your podcast. The A's-Phillies game tonight, again, takes on Painter. This game's coming up here pretty soon. Phillies have won 8 of 9 under Don Mattingly. 3 of the wins, by the way, Pauly, have come in the last at-bat. But you want to talk about a new coach bump. Their first 28 games before Mattingly. 3.6 runs per game, 5.80 ERA from starters. 9 games since Mattingly took over. 5 runs per game, 1.86 starting pitchers ERA. Now, I think the schedule probably has a lot to do with this as well. After the A's, by the way, they get the Rockies. And the A's have been a disaster, losing 4 of their last 5, allowing 38 runs and 9 home runs in 43 innings. The bullpen, by the way, even worse. 23 runs, 23 hits, 11 walks in 17 innings. Yikes. Now, the Phillies have lost each of Painter's last 4 starts.
Yep. That's why I took the over instead of the Phillies. But if you want to keep riding this streak, go ahead. I'm not going to put you off it and how these teams get on a run with the new coach angle, and we just saw it in here, and we also saw it in Vegas with the Knights to close. So both pitchers suspect, think there'll be runs tonight, and over 9 coming up.
Opta AI projections in this game for the A's. They really like Wilson, Rooker, and Cortez, 2+ total bases. And they also have a very high edge on Jacob Wilson, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. The on-base streak here for Kurtz is at 30. Although the 5 home runs on the year, this guy was a very popular bet, or a thought anyway, to maybe lead the league in home runs this year.
Well, it's this is up at Caesars though. He's getting the Ohtani treatment. I mean, he's walking every game. He had that streak, so a lot of teams are pitching around him as well, and that prop continues to cash. So that's one thing to look at What is he tonight? Let me look. That's he's $1.40 to walk.
To walk once.
Yep.
You can always you can do something like walk in the first at bat too.
Mm-hmm.
The O's are taking on the Marlins in Miami. This is Povich against Meyer. Starters are 11-3 under their K prop. Last 14 against Baltimore. Max Meyer 4-0 over his last 4 with the Ks. 2.68 ERA on the year. His prop tonight is 5.5. Opta AI projects at vsin.com right at 5.5. So they don't have an edge on it. I will point out that Marlins, as a team so far against left-handed pitchers, they are 20th overall in the league in average, 19th in on base, 28th in slug, 24th in OPS. This total was hovering around 8.5. Meyer's been really, really good. And Marlins are not great against lefties. Maybe an underplay here, 8.5. Full game. I said you can tackle me if I said first 3 or first 5 under.
Yes, right. Yep.
This is a full game one.
Yep.
Pete Alonso's, by the way, his entire career until this year is with the Mets, so they played the Marlins a lot. His slash line going back, 377, 442, 826, 17 extra base hits, 25 RBIs, last 17 games against the Fish. That goes back to August 2024.
Risky to go with an under with this Baltimore pitching staff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
You brought
Not
us
with
up.
Tampa, though.
Okay.
Oh, man. What a story. I can't believe this. This is historic what they're doing. So I tweeted this a couple days ago, but we've been updated on a regular basis. It's now a 12-1 under run for the game. 13 games in a row, they've allowed 3 runs or fewer. They've won 12 of 13 with a 1.23 ERA. And they're the third team in the last 45 years. You pointed this out, the great tweet and tease. Third time in the last 45 years, a team has allowed 17 runs or fewer in a 13-game stretch.
Yeah, the other two teams, 2010 Giants and 2022 Astros, they both won the World Series.
And they're dogs tonight. And an 8.5 total.
I kind of want to do the nerfy with this one because Griffin Jax is going to be the opener. But I think they're now, I've read talks of this team trying to make him, and Vasgersian talked about this last hour as well, like easing him into a starter's role, and maybe we'll see like 3 innings out of him tonight. But maybe a nerfy, expecting him to go like maybe 1, 2, 3, top of that Red Sox lineup tonight, and then the Rays are getting a lefty tonight. Bennett's making a second career start. He was fine in his debut. He beat the Astros 3-1. He allowed 1 run in 5 innings. And the Rays are around average against lefties on the year. 6 up, 6 down, get out of there, cash a ticket, and move on with the night.
All right. It's a gratification. I'm in. Sounds good. And are you doing the Jackson Merrill props?
Yeah, sure.
With what Vasgersian, a great breakdown. Go back and listen to it on a podcast. Vasgersian always brings the heat. But the Padres are $1.65 at home against the Cardinals, and he loves Jackson Merrill props tonight. 2 total bases plus money. If you want to ladder that, those are nice payouts, too, if he can continue to crush it, and loves that they put him in a leadoff spot.
Yeah, very good.
As well. Tatis still waiting on you. Come on. What, can you go deep here?
You're going to tell me that he's going to go from 40 home run power to a guy that does not have a dinger as we're coming up quickly approaching here middle of May?
Yeah.
Paul, what's going on here?
I know. You know what's going on. What are you going to do tonight with the hockey? You're going to continue to take these unders? And you keep riding these streaks. They've been cashing. Number 1, Carolina's on an 8-1 under run for the game.
I got to come back here in a minute for you.
They are 6-0 in the playoffs. 5 of the 6 games against Philly this year have gone to overtime. We're at 5.5 now, under minus 130. Philly's got horrendous special teams. 21st kill, dead last power play. Last game, 1 of 7. 2 shots. It's pathetic. Carolina's kill, 94%. Stankoven, 6-0 in the playoffs, over 2.5 shots on goal. And the Flyers finally scored a first period goal in the last game, and then Freddie shut him down, as Freddie is 6-0 with a 1.02 goals against and a 960 save percentage. 8-1 underrun last 9 for Carolina. Flyers, 6 of their last 8 have gone under. When you have a 2-0 series lead in the playoffs in the NHL, you go on to win the series 86% of the time.
Yeah, pretty good.
$1.60 for Carolina to win on the road tonight in the only hockey game.
I wanted to ask you personally about Freddie's saves prop for tonight.
He doesn't see a lot of rubber.
I was going to say that.
I would say Carolina puts it on you, though, too.
I was going to say, do you expect the Flyers, at home here, been a long time since they've been in the spot, to come out with their absolute hair on fire, like they're going to come out blazing in the first period and just put a ton of shots on net?
Yeah.
Or is Carolina just too good to neutralize any of that?
We were doing that in the past couple years, playing Washington. I remember it was big with Washington, but Carolina goalie's under. He's Anderson's 21.5 over minus 130 saves.
Yep. Here's my retort to the whole streaky thing. Well, this is a streak, but it goes against what you were saying with the unders. Going back to the year 2007, so almost 20 years here, when the first 2 games of a playoff series go under, Game 3 has gone over 60% of the time. 31, 21, and 9, average total 5.5.
Not good enough.
And not good enough to...
No, because also the only Carolina over was that crazy thing against Ottawa when there were 3 goals in the last 2 minutes. Every game should have gone under. And I think the whole series is 2-1. 3-2, how it plays out. So, and the other good thing is we don't have an elimination game either. So what's Tortorella doing? Why are we pulling goalies with 5 minutes left?
Oh, it's not just him.
I know it's
others. I
know other people. Mm-hmm. That's way too early.
Well, okay, so in this game, the first period, you want to go back to the first period under? That was not a winner in Game 2. Or also, I guess...
That's the first time, I know but that's the first time Philly scored in the first period.
Well, here's maybe a live betting thing. Yeah. What if it goes over again tonight, and it's like 2-1 in the first period, and then come back live and go under? Figuring that it's going to take a lot for these 2 teams to get involved into a shootout for a 60-minute game.
Yeah, and I thought it was outrageous. At Caesars and Will Hill, the Flyers are 14-1 to win the series. They outplayed them in overtime at Game 2. I don't think it's going to win. It's like Luth giving out the 8-1 by sub. It's just, look at this price. It's outrageous. 5 of the 6 games have gone to overtime. They outplayed them in Game 2 in overtime, and then they had the quick 2-0 lead. The comeback is Carolina's only played a bad, they take out that bad 5 minutes. They've been awesome in the playoffs. But I just think 14-1 to come back and win the series when Carolina just held serve by winning the first 2 at home. Philly wins this tonight. You're feeling good. You're right back in the series.
I brought this up earlier. I was looking for a cross-sport parlay with the NHL and the NBA. It seems too convenient and too easy right now to say, Colorado's going to take on Carolina. And by the way, it's going to be Oklahoma City playing the Knicks.
We know Carolina's history, too.
That's for sure.
Bad on the road. Injuries. Anderson could get hurt. This could be a 2-2 series. You never know. We're taking over Circa June 13th from 1 to 5. World Cup, NBA Finals, day baseball, open bar, all-you-can-eat food. Don't miss out. VSiN.com/Beyond the Booth. June 13th, 1 to 5. Open bar, all-you-can-eat. VSiN.com/Beyond the Booth. See you then.
The meat man, Steve Wyss, next. We'll get his best bets in soccer for the weekend coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, time now to get some best bets with analysis this weekend in soccer. We'll start off with the Prim as we go out to the Progressive guest line. The meat man, Steve Wyss, joins the program now. Because We Win podcast, the Betting Weekly Studios. Meat man, good to see you again, man. How are you?
Do you know what, guys? I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Had a really good evening here with Europa League and Conference League bets. How are you guys?
Doing pretty well. Pretty well. I can't believe I lost that team total yesterday on PSG. A goal in the 3rd minute, and they couldn't score again. That was a killer.
Huge win for the sportsbooks. Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest wins of the season, without question, because of the lack of goals in the game. I mean, over 2.5 goals was about minus 500, I think, pre-game.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, when a goal scored after 3 minutes, everyone was lumping on to get on the in-play goals as well. So, good one for the books, not for the public.
Let's go. Go ahead, Paul.
Excellent point.
I was going to say, we'll begin Prim here Saturday. This is Brighton against the Wolves. What's your play here, meat man?
Going both teams score no. which is, it's basically the same as Brighton win to 0, because I just don't see Wolves scoring a goal here. In 23 of their defeats this season, they have lost to 0 on 16 occasions. And Brighton are the sort of team, when they win, tend to not concede many goals. 7 of their 13 wins have been to 0. They're much the better team at the moment. Wolves are rock bottom, nothing to play for. Brighton in the hunt for the European spots. And this is not one to sort of overthink too much. You've got a good team that's motivated against a really poor team who are already relegated and in the Championship. And Brighton probably will win this 2-0, 3-0. So both teams score no at a good, pretty good odds here, close to even money, minus 110.
Okay, your tag team partner gave out Arsenal to win to 0 over the weekend against Fulham, and that was a bad performance. They take on Bournemouth, and you're coming back going against Fulham here. Tell us why.
Yeah, Nigel's been pretty hot recently, and I've got a feeling he's probably going to be on Bournemouth as well this weekend. I really like Bournemouth plus 140 to beat Fulham. Bournemouth unbeaten in 15 consecutive Premier League games. I gave them out a couple of weeks ago to finish in the top 6, and for me, they are going to finish 6th. I think Bournemouth could be in the Champions League next season. They're playing exceptional soccer, some of the best in the league. I had them as my best bet last weekend, and they delivered easily against Palace, and I think they'll win easily again. Fulham, for me, are just done in now. They're mid-table, not much to play for, apart from certain league positions, but they just seem demotivated. They seem flat, lacking energy. And at this stage of the season, you've really got to consider that in the teams, motivation, drive, who's looking sharp, who's looking tired. And, the Fulham players look like they do want to get on the beach. I'm a bit surprised Bournemouth aren't minus money. Genuinely. Plus 140 seems massive here. Really, they're much the better team at the moment, in better form, hungry to finish in the top 6. No-brainer bet. I think they've got me my best bet again, 2 weeks running, plus 140 on the money line, Bournemouth.
Excellent. Only a couple matches left in the season. Let's go to Sunday. Crystal Palace against Everton. Everton off the great draw and performance against Man City, and they should have beat them.
Yeah, Everton are not a team you ever want to face because the manager's always demanding motivation out of them right until the last kick of the season. And I think Everton, the right side here, you might want to get on this quickly because I think they're going to get bet quite heavily towards the weekend. Crystal Palace have just won tonight in the Conference League, and they're in the final on the 27th of May. So in 20 days' time, Crystal Palace's biggest game of the season, and they're all in for that. And I just think players are getting rested, rotated. Even the mindset is that they're actually sort of focusing on that match. They're not officially safe from relegation, but as long as West Ham don't beat Arsenal on Sunday after this game, then Crystal Palace would be officially safe. So I think it's Everton for me. I'm going to go draw no bet because if it ended a tie, I wouldn't be completely shocked. But Everton, 6th best away record this season in the Premier League. Palace have only had 4 home wins. So they're not actually that strong at home in terms of winning matches. I don't see Everton losing. I think this tie-no bet line will kick off about minus 150. So get on now. Everton definitely the right side at Selhurst Park.
Okay, follow the money. Pauly and Mitch Vyss in the Sports Betting Network. The Meat Man, our guest, Steve Wyss, and Meat Man Soccer on X on the Progressive Guest Line. What are you doing here? Are you buying the hype? So now, I can't believe it. After they went the whole year without a win, now big deal, they beat Wolverhampton 1-0 and they scored late. Tottenham off a win. You're going to back them Monday against Leeds.
I've got some explaining to do here, haven't I, Paulie?
Yes, you do.
I didn't think you would be convinced. I didn't think you'd be convinced by this. But I believe there's going to be a chain of events which makes Tottenham a bet here on Monday night. First and foremost, I think Manchester City will beat Brentford on Saturday in the evening kickoff. And I think that will force Arsenal to take West Ham very seriously on Sunday. And if Arsenal win or draw against West Ham, then Leeds will be officially safe, either mathematically or because of the goal difference. So in that instance, if Leeds are safe going into Monday night, I just think Leeds might not put in such a good performance because the players naturally, they fought all season to be safe. And it's understandable if they did let themselves have a couple of sherries on Sunday night in celebration. So even then, Spurs really fired up, motivated. So I believe, I still don't think they're that amazing, Tottenham, but they've had some luck recently with the fixtures they've had. Teams have had their minds focused elsewhere, and it could be the same again with Leeds on Monday night. Obviously, if West Ham do beat Arsenal, this is not going to look such a good bet because Leeds will be fired up and motivated. But the way things are going for Spurs, they might have just caught a bit of a lucky break at the right time with the fixtures they have. So minus 125. If Leeds are safe by Monday, I think this will kick off at minus 150. So I've got to go Tottenham money line now.
West Ham now $5 to be relegated. Tottenham plus 350 to stay up. Playoffs start tomorrow. Championship and League One and League Two. We'll start with the England Championship League tomorrow. First leg, Hull City against Millwall. Millwall's been hot. They're plus money.
Millwall money line, definitely. Best bet in the playoffs this week for me. Hull have no business being in these playoffs, Pauly, whatsoever. They are not a good team. Fourth worst team on expected points. Third worst team on expected goals against. Sixth worst for expected goals. They have overachieved by 35 points. I've never, ever seen this level of overachievement on the metrics. So they're a false team. They shouldn't be in the playoffs. And there's a saying, anyone can win the playoffs once you're in them. Hull are not going to win these playoffs. If that happens, they're going to need some sort of flukiness from everywhere. For me, Millwall will get the job done here and win this first leg. They won here in the league phase earlier this season, 3-1. They're much the better team, and plus 140 here is just too big to ignore. I mean, for me, these are the two worst teams in the playoffs. The winner of the next game we're going to talk about, I think, will win the playoffs. But Millwall definitely, for me, have at least one or if not two levels of class better than Hull.
I was like a lot of people rooting for Wrexham, but they had the draw, and that's why they didn't make the playoffs. And Hull City gets in. Here's the match you're talking about Saturday afternoon. Middlesbrough against Southampton, and Southampton's been on a roll. How do you want to play this one?
I think both of these legs here are going to be excellent viewing. End-to-end soccer, attacking, look for goals. Over 2.5 goals is actually plus money, and that looks a good bet. But both teams score, yes, minus 120. It does cover for that 1-1 tie, just in case. Sometimes the first legs are a bit tighter than the second legs. But there's too much offensive firepower on both teams. Southampton have scored in 25 consecutive games in all competitions. Middlesbrough have scored in 17 of the last 21. It's got to be goals. Simply, keep it simple sometimes. Mm-hmm. Both teams score, yes. Minus 120. I'm amazed it's this big. It's probably only this big because it's the playoffs and there's a general conception it gets tighter and cagey and nervous. But there's too much offensive firepower on both teams in this one. So it makes sense for a good bet.
90 seconds left. Condolences on your Luton Town ticket, 20-1. How about, I was watching it, Stevenage, I don't think that went in for the goal.
It was a ghost goal.
I never saw a replay
rubbish,
either.
Absolute rubbish. The linesman needs to go to Specsavers. The linesman needs to go to Specsavers, as we say over here, because I don't think that ball crossed the line. That is one of the best bets I've placed, which is not going to have the chance to run to its conclusion. I am absolutely convinced Luton would have won the playoffs. I don't like any. I think all four teams in the League One playoffs stink the place out at the moment. Uh-huh. And Luton and probably Plymouth actually would have had a good chance as well in them. But that's the betting game, isn't it? You win some, you lose some.
For sure.
You get some bad beats. You just got to keep knocking on the door for the next one, and you will hopefully get rewarded, guys.
You were 2 minutes away. Tough one, man.
Don't.
Good call, though.
No.
All right, Meat Man. Thank you.
Good.
Best of luck this weekend. Make sure you follow him, by the way, on X. That's why we call him Meat Man. Meat Man Soccer on X, Because We Win podcast and the Betting Weekly Studios. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care. See you soon.
You got it.
And he was on the Progressive Guest Line today. How many futures are you live to in soccer? You got some relegation stuff, don't you?
I just have the relegation. Yeah, Man City's cooked now. That's it. But that's going to win. Tottenham now plus 350. That's to go down. So all of a sudden they found their game. Back-to-back wins. He thinks it's 3 in a row. How about that?
Oh, there you go. Betting on them.
Yep. Then that would do it. They win Monday. That'll seal it. They're going to stay up.
He wasn't joking. You win some, you lose some.
Mitch, it didn't go in. And then you couldn't get a replay. I was watching it live. I go, this determines who makes the playoffs. Give me a replay, at least.
I'll expand on that coming up. April showers bring May yowzers.
to determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right. Recap last night. Phillies winner. Sixers winner. Cat over assists winner. And hope you laddered it as well. And he led in assists again. So let's keep it going and ride these streaks. First,
But I was surprised Wheeler was not great last night.
Yeah. Yeah. Had a little magic in the bottom of the eighth.
Oh, it just speaks to how bad the Ace bullpen has been.
Okay. Well, I'm putting faith in Mitchell and Harden here. But after being the cat's meow for much of the season, according to sportsbooks, and how high this team was power rated, they did not play well and still were tied in the fourth quarter on the road of Game 1. And now they've drifted out to 40 to 1 to win the title. They are 5 to 1 to win the East. But still think that's too high, and I think the Cavs can win tonight, and they are taking money down to 3 at numerous sports books. And also think this price is crazy. This is only at Will Hill Caesars. The Flyers to come back and win the series are 14 to 1 against Carolina, who held serve, and 5 of the 6 games head-to-head have gone to overtime. See if they can show up tonight and make it interesting. And maybe we go back to Carolina 2-2. You know the track record in the history with Carolina in road playoff games. This is juicy, and this was the best price by a mile at Caesars. The Ducks to win the series plus 310. They've been the better team in this series. I think they're going to win the series, and you can argue Vegas has been outplayed in every playoff game but Game 6 in Utah. And they should have shut them out last night. Ducks plus 2.5 games minus 150. We could cash that on Friday night. Timberwolves plus 1.5 games. Hurricanes, Flyers, alt under 6 minus 170. Stankoven over 2.5 shots on goal tonight. He has gone over that all 6 playoff games. Man City to win the Prim. Almost drawn dead. Tottenham to stay up. They are now plus 350 to be relegated. That looks good. So the new place, and we'll continue to ride these streaks. We've been talking about towns for a couple of weeks here. Vegas, Anaheim under 6.5 tomorrow night. Buffalo, Montreal under 6.5. Phillies, A's over 9. Paul George over 2.5 made threes and over 15.5 points tomorrow. Sixers money line. Cat over 4.5 assists. He's gone over that 7 in a row. His assist prop, rather. Ayton to have 9+ rebounds tonight. And the Thunder to get the broom out on the Lakers. That is $1.05. And to me, a good bet. And I don't think there's much the Lakers can do here in this series. Good luck.
I wonder how many of those Cat assists in previous games have actually been to Anunoby. And if he'll be impacted if Anunoby doesn't play in that game tomorrow night with that stat.
Yeah, and the big thing is, can you stay out of foul trouble? I mean, imagine what he would do if he wasn't in foul trouble or blowouts. Because the Knicks, until last night, were blowing everybody out, too, and he was sitting.
Let me tell you this. Yesterday, I ran the gamut with ways to lose bets. And I will tell you right now, unequivocally, I would much rather have a bet be dead instantly than have a bad beat. Mm-hmm. Because I had them all. One of which was the Timberwolves plus 10.5. Blown out from the get-go, never in the game, never had a chance to cover the 10.5. That's a loser. The Drummond rebound prop was a getting shivved in the right in the kidney.
Did you hear an explanation?
No, I have no
Nurse?
idea what happened.
Yeah, that was bizarre what Nurse did here.
Other than he picked up his 4th foul with around 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. He was on 8 rebounds. He never played another second. And that's how I lost the bet. I have no clue. Wanted to go small the entire time. Keep your eye on Barlow, I guess, in the next game. Because he was getting a ton of run. And Cat did go over. I had plus 128 on the assists. Great observation by you going back a handful of games, Pauly, with Karl Anthony Towns. Those are the graded new stuff that we have for tonight and beyond. I'm on Jared McCain over 4.5 points plus 105.
Yeah.
I think there are many opportunities for him tonight to score points. He was great from downtown in game 1. He will get, I think, plenty of time if it turns into another blowout.
A lot of candidates to have the most made threes tonight in that game with the leaders market.
What is he?
He is not listed again.
Oh, okay.
Which is unfortunate because he cashed in game 1. But Chet's 14, Mitchell's 12, Dort's 8, Hachimura's the chalk plus 450, Kennard's 10.
Even if it's a tight game, I think that he has Dagnall's trust now to where he's going to get minutes. And if he's open, and by the way, they keep running guys and blitzing at SGA. He'll find guys that are open. This can be one of the guys. So it's a very small number, by the way, at 4.5. I bet to put this on the picks page at vsin.com. Xander Schauffele top 10 plus 115 this week. And I'm with you, too. I looked at the game log here for Paul George. A majority of his shots are coming from downtown.
Look at it. Look at the game log.
You'll love to look at that. Love to see it. So over 2.5 threes right now, plus 105 has been added as well. Best of luck, everybody.
Smarter bets start here. Last all year long. VSiN Pro limited time annual subscription normally $240, just $199. We'll throw in 2 extra months for free. 14 months of VSiN Pro, less than 50 cents a day. Code PRO. Every best bet, every host, every guest. Real-time betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, 24/7 video, full show replays, special edition betting guides for every major sport throughout the year. VSiN.com/subscribe. Promo code PRO. VSiN.com/subscribe.
For that Sixers game tomorrow night, down 2 games to none, going back home for game 3. This was an angle for a long time, but it died pretty much right around the pandemic. Since then, 2021, when a team loses games 1 and 2 on the road and they come back for game 3, much like they are tomorrow night, full game, 28, 18, and 1 ATS at 61%. First half, only 23 and 21. The first half since 2023, 6 and 8 ATS. Again, they're 1.5 for the game, Sixers. They're 1.5 for the first quarter and 1.5 for the first half. So books were getting pounded on this many, many years ago, and they realized, hold on a second here. We need to make an adjustment. And they have. And so once they do that and numbers change, the results also come back to the pack.
Hope they get Pat Forty on tomorrow. Sports Illustrated. He's been on a heater. He's excellent. Number 1, he loves horse racing, but he had a great column on Adapt or Die. 6 of the last 8 horses to win the Derby have not run in the Preakness. Change the calendar and the schedule. Number 2, he just tweeted, put out an article, a college sports industry with no restraint, no shame, and no appreciation for its consumers expanded the tournament to 76, with an eye on college football expansion to 24. Nobody wants either, but it's not stopping these leaders. And the erosion of college sports gone by the wayside, too. And I think he's absolutely right as well. I think there'll be more outrage if they go to a 24-team college football playoff than maybe what they've done here today as it's official with March Madness.
Maybe. But amongst your group of friends, and I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the audience right now, anybody listening or watching the show, have you ever had the conversation with anybody that was around, you know what, not enough teams?
Or yeah.
This tournament sucks.
Yeah. I'd really like to see Auburn in a tournament this year.
We need them in.
Right. No one wants to watch that.
No, absolutely not.
You want to watch the team that's 29-3 out of the Big West, whatever, and say, okay,
they better be included, man.
Yeah. I mean, to think to reward mediocrity, and now we're really going to the bottom of the barrel here.
I know.
And all the coaches are right. I mean, okay, like the regular season matters.
Won't matter at all
now, which the biggest thing they've been trying to do in college basketball is make the regular season relevant.
Right, more important, so people will actually watch and make it more than a 3-week sport.
Yeah.
And now you do this, and it's like, well, who cares if you're going to play an awesome non-conference and you lose 6 games in December? You're going to make the tournament anyway.
Yeah. We'll take the 12th place team out of the Big Ten and SEC. Absolutely.
How about being in that building? And they never had one negative vote, by the way. There wasn't one person who said, not a good idea.
They don't run this by the coaches?
It passed. No, they're not involved. And every person involved, it passed with flying colors. Amazing to me.
Yeah.
Let's take the one thing left in sports that everybody loves. Again, universally, here's a wrecking ball. Why don't we throw that up outside the building?
Painter is batting practice. It's 4-0. A's are still batting.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you the Opt-AI stats that we're all over the A's players are probably looking pretty good right now.
Man.
And his K-prop was 4.5, too. Well, how about Lugo today? 4 innings, but he goes over his K-prop. He threw, I think, 29 pitches in the first and 56 in the first 2 innings. All right, that's it for us. Stay tuned. Prime time next. Matt Youmans, Tim Murray back on the program tonight. They'll take you through the entire live betting on tonight's action. Tomorrow, start your day VSiN by the book, 7 a.m. Eastern, followed by a numbers game at 10. Good luck, everybody.